Give me an example of when you made a mistake and how did you actually handle that? A very important question, and I'm going to give you the bad answer first as usual, and then the good sample answer. And of course, you can check out the templates of the program so you can plug and play. And I'll have an answer for each of the 5 specialties that I'm covering. So the bad answer. Okay, before we get to the sample answer, I wanted to mention something that may help you. If you are struggling with your residency interview preparation, listen to this, as it may make the valuable difference in helping you match. For those of you who really want to be successful in your interviews, I have something for you. I have this extensive program that will be great for any of you. And with the first option, you have all of my videos ready with template answers, sample answers for multiple specialties for you to copy and paste and use it as your own answer. Now, this was a video course program. Now you want to scale up? Then I have weekly group sessions conducted by myself, small groups, about 12 sessions for this season. And you can have your interview ready in no time. And this will include everything in the video program. And somebody who wants one-to-one sessions with myself, I have the 3 hours one-to-one session with myself, mock interviews, and this will of course include everything in the previous programs. All right, and what will you get? You will get common questions, answers, templates, frameworks. If you are in the group sessions, then you will talk to me directly. And you will have behavioral questions, you will have ethical questions, everything will be included. And all of this is right now going to be 50% off for a limited time, actually more than 50%. Go check it out with the link in the description. Thank you. I can't really think of a specific mistake right now, but I'm sure that I've made some mistakes over the years. Of course, I try to avoid mistakes, and when they happen, I just fix them and move on. I guess during one of my rotations, I might have missed something on a patient's chart, but it wasn't a big deal, and I corrected that quickly. Why is this a bad answer? Lack of specificity. You have to be specific. You're not providing an example, because when you don't provide an example, then people cannot relate with it, right? Then you are downplaying your mistake. Don't downplay your mistake. In medicine, nothing is downplayable. In medicine, nothing is a big deal. You know, nothing is not a risk. So don't minimize its significance. Then it's because it shows lack of self-awareness or reflection. All right, so now a good prepared answer. All right, so during my internal medicine sub-rotation, I do remember I was managing a patient with uncontrolled diabetes who had been admitted for a foot infection. And I ended up ordering the higher dose of the patient's long-acting insulin from an outdated medication reconciliation. And in actuality, the patient was taking a lesser dose of the insulin. However, I did realize that, and I caught that, and I let that be known to my attending. And I told the attending that I found this mistake that I made. The patient did get the insulin, but I have put in frequent point of cares, and I will be looking at this personally myself so that no untoward episode actually happens. And patient's sugar levels did go a little bit lower than we of course expected, so we gave the patient food, juices, and everything turned out fine. And I definitely learned from that mistake. And once I realized that happened, of course I made sure that in the future that I am very careful about patients' medication lists, and I make sure that the patient's medication lists are surely updated, and I'm going by the most latest version. And the attending, of course, was slightly upset, but he agreed that, okay, we can, you did a good job. You followed through. You made sure everything was fine, but just be careful in the future. And now this experience taught me to, of course, the importance of always double checking orders, especially medications, especially which have narrow safety margins. Of course, look to communicate closely with healthcare teams to avoid any other types of errors. But this is what I definitely learned, and I haven't had an issue since I've been on top of this. Thank you. So I gave a specific example, and it was a clear-cut mistake. I took ownership and responsibility. Candidate that takes full responsibility for an error and doesn't try to downplay or shift the blame is probably a better candidate. They're receptive to feedback. They can take their own feedback. And you also demonstrated that, hey, you had a plan. you realized you made the mistake, you inform the attending, and you inform the attending of your plan. If you go to your attending and the attending says, okay, did you do anything about it? And you say, I didn't do anything about it yet. Well, then you're in trouble. So simple things like this, you can look to fix it, right? So you have to have your plan in place. You have to share your plan, and if it's easy enough, have it already in place, or ask for recommendation of what could be the plan moving forward, that this mistake, it already happened. So what could be the plan? Please do share with me, something like that, right? So again, lesson learned. You are demonstrating that you are a candidate that can learn from your experience, from your own experience and from feedback, and you can improve your performance in the future. Now in the next video, the frameworks and the do's and don'ts, just to home in on developing a real good mental thought process for this type of a question. And of course, look out for the template answers for medicine and all the other different specialties that I am covering, the 3 template answers for each specialty, plug and play for you. Thank you.